VueUse is one of my favorite libraries to use in my Vue projects. The library offers over 200 composables to simplify common tasks needed in many applications. One common thing we do, at least me personally in my applications, is format dates to display in the UI. To do this, you would normally opt for using what is called the toLocalDateString function. However, I'm not sure about you, but I always find myself frustrated trying to format them the way I want. I can never recall the correct parameters to pass, sometimes I need to change the way it displays, and I also find that once I do, the readability for this isn't all so great. Now, I recently came across an awesome composable called the useDateFormat from the VueUse library that makes this a whole lot simpler and less of a headache. So in this quick video, I'm going to run you through how this composable works and how I use it in my Vue applications. Alright, to get started, you're first going to need to install VueUse into your Vue project with this command. Once you have that installed, you'll then have access to use these composables by importing them into your components from VueUse/core. To easily format a date in any way that we want, we're going to import the useDateFormat composable into our component. Now, this composable accepts three parameters. The first is a date we want to format, the second is the formatting options, and then the third parameter is going to be for some additional options such as the locale and then a custom meridian. So let's start by creating a new variable to hold the formatted date in, and then we'll go ahead and log this out to the console, and we can also display this value inside of our template. We'll start by setting our variable equal to the useDateFormat function, and for the first parameter, we'll specify the current date. Now for this, you can just use a new date, or you can use the useNow composable from VueUse, which is what I'll be doing. For the second parameter, we're going to specify the format. And this is what I like most about this composable is how easy it is to define how you want the date formatted. Now on the VueUse documentation, they have a great table displaying all the available formats that you're able to use. So you're able to combine any format you want into a string and then pass this as the second parameter in this function, and that is exactly how the date will be formatted. And this composable is actually inspired by a library called Date.js, so if you know of that, then the way this composable works might be familiar. So let's say we want to display the current date in this format. First, we want to display the full day of the week, which would be the format of DDDD. Second, we would want to display the full month, which would be the format of MMMM. Then we want to display the current day of the month in a number, which would be the format of just D. And lastly, the full 4-digit year, which would be 4Ys. Now this composable also returns a reactive value, so to obtain that value inside of our script, we're going to append .value to our variable. For the sake of keeping this example short, I won't be doing any custom options, but you could pass those as a third parameter in this function. Now I am using an extension called Console Ninja, which will actually log out this value that we're logging out to the console in line within this file, which I find super handy. And as you're able to see here within the file and inside of the browser, the date is formatted exactly how we want it. Now, in addition to being able to format it in any way, you can also decide how you want it separated. So maybe we want to add a comma after the day of the week and also after the current numerical date. So with that added to our string, you can now see it'll be outputted in that exact format that we specified. Now, not only was this very straightforward to configure, in my opinion, I also feel this has an improved readability. And to be honest, it's as simple as that. You now have the flexibility to format your dates however you want. One last thing I do want to mention is that if you were to use this composable directly within your template using much test syntax, you'll actually get quotes around the formatted date value. So to avoid this happening when using this within the template, you can actually use what is called the formatDate function from VueUse instead. Now I wanted to mention this because this composable is not actually listed in the VueUse docs, but it can be seen on the type declarations for the useDateFormat composable. The formatDate composable is going to accept the same parameters as the useDateFormat composable and will format your date without quotes around it when using it within the template, which can be useful if, for example, you're looping over some values from a database in your template and you want to format the date to display in the UI. Alright, so that's going to wrap up this quick video. Hopefully you found that helpful and can start to incorporate these two composables into your Vue applications. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like on it down below, and also if you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.